Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out something called Sandstorm by developer Daniel Linson. It's a bit of a pilgrimage or exploration adventure game where we're going to be basically thrown into the desert with no idea where we're going or what we're doing and try to find our way. There's going to be a little bit of a collection element as well, of course, just survival as the day turns to night and we may get lost without our camel or various little events like that. It's not exactly like an Oregon Trail style thing. This is more a top-down, like, directly control your character type affair, but it's also something that I'm honestly not exactly sure all of the details to. I've only played one run, which took about 5 minutes or so, and it's not to say that I died, I just got lost and, well, came to realize after doing a little bit more inspecting that I think I was going in entirely the wrong direction the whole time, because basically the title screen actually gives us more hints than you might figure, at first glance anyway. So, let's look at the credits very briefly here. There are those, and we've got also a bestiary with a camel, and we can collect letters to unlock. There's a total of 10. Complete the game to unlock that, and question mark. So, it's showing us all these various things. Recover 30 trinkets to unlock. There's a shadow fox. Oh, I love the idea of a shadow fox. So there's actually a bunch of things that I have no idea how we're supposed to find them. And there's secrets discovered. I found one of them completely by accident. I wasn't sure if it was meant to be just sort of like a hallucination sequence or what, but I won't spoil exactly what that was all about. And we've got 2 out of 20 letters recovered that I happened to discover by wandering in the total wrong direction. Anyway, so we want to pay careful attention to the words Mount Distant from the West, and of course, our compass will kind of help us out with that, won't it? So I've hit A, we're going to start it up and see if we can discover where we're going and what we're doing. The game is incredibly disorienting, by design. Not only do you have very few marker points, but also, well, it keeps turning around in circles to, purposely mislead the player. So here we are. We spawn in, well, completely nowhere, honestly. We've got a cart right next to us. And essentially we need to go find, generally we need to find this character over here. He might not always be right by the cart, and he's going to be necessary for strapping up and trying to make a little bit of a journey happen. So here's our letter that we start out with. Despite my warding charms, the sandstorm has arrived, and pay careful attention to the fact the sun is actually moving across that timeline on the top. I estimate I am still a few days west of Mount Distant, and it actually does give you that hint here as well. If I do not survive, I hope that these letters find someone so that others may know of my journey. And if you are following my long-gone footsteps, good luck. Well, thank you. Alright, so the other thing that you should know about is we've got these little poles, a total of, 6 of those there that we can put down as sort of a guide marker. And we've also got some little trinkets that you're going to see around at the top there. I'm not sure what all of them do. One of them seems to be a compass. The other one, not really sure. And then there's just like that little flying snake thing. I'm just looking around because sometimes there's just stuff left all over the desert that we want to maybe grab. I have found a couple of little charms or trinkets that seemed useful anyway. Not seeing anything. Thankfully, I'm just going in a circle here, so there's not a whole lot of danger of me getting completely lost. And my camel is, pretty faithful, stays roughly around where we want to be. Alright, so let's hook up to the carriage here, get in the cart, and we've got about a half a day's worth of travel that we can do. So, like it said, we want to head to the west. We don't know which direction is north. I guess we could presume that the compass is actually with north at the top there, but I mean, there's no real way of knowing that without a symbol. Is that a silly thing to say? It might be, I'm not sure. But if I go straight ahead right now, I should be heading north by that estimation. So I would actually want to be going up, essentially, right? So that would be left or west in this case. But the thing is, with this cart, and it's just about to become night right now, and we'll just sleep through the night, wake up next to our cart. And of course, the camel will run away again, because that's what that freaking camel does. The thing about... Oh, why did the snake's lost its wings now? What does that mean? Anyway, the thing about carts in general is that they tend to move left to right and not so much up to down. We're just going to do a very quick little expedition here, see if we can find our camel. Shouldn't be too far away. Every time that I lost it prior, I was able to find it in just a few moments. What are you? Tree stump? Yeah, no, we're good. Oh, is this a letter? This might be a letter I didn't see before. I've heard that the towering furnace can turn sand into crystalline glass. I hope that is true. How I wish to see this desert turn into a blinding mirror, ending this unholy storm. An interesting thing to say. I'm a little bit worried about how disoriented I'm about to get here. Oh, this is part of the snake. There it is. We've got the wings back. Don't know what that means, but we've got them. And I think that's kind of what I find really fascinating about this game. Not only is the art style incredibly thematically coherent and consistent, the music really goes well with it. I think the whole thing presents itself very nicely. There's also an element of mystery to it. Why are we going on this pilgrimage? What are these symbols that I'm seeing that are supposed to be helping me along the way? And, well, of course, who are we? And what's our general goal in life? So, you know, we're going to try and unravel all those mysteries if we can. And it's really good that the footsteps stick around for more than a second or two, because I think I'm already about to get myself lost. I haven't used any of the sticks for guidance, and the camel seems to have gotten further away than I think I've ever seen it do that before. Oh, no, I saw some dots, and I thought maybe that was stuff. Just more weeds, I guess. Like, I can't interact with these right now. All you can do if you try to interact with something by pressing A is just puts down one of those posts, which I'm sure are useful. I mean, they do also show which direction the wind is blowing to, which I guess you can use that to kind of judge your distance to. Not the best in terms of being a survivalist person, but, you know, trying my best here. So what happens if you lose your camel is I guess you might want to strike it out on foot and hope that maybe you can discover, well, something useful at least and make the best of your journey. Is this the same letter I'd seen before? Yeah, it is. Can't imagine the camel got that far away. But I'm going to spend the whole day looking for the camel and not actually make any progress. Now, I'm not sure about how resources work, like if there's a level to which your character will eventually just die of starvation. I'm going to assume there's some kind of an end that can happen to your character, some sort of end state. But, well, it looks like the compass isn't even really doing anything at this point, is it? Oh, no, it is. Okay, well, yeah, it's really hard to judge because you can't tell. Things are all turning in a circle and, yeah, everything's kind of just blending around. Alright, let's maybe like this. Alright, we're turning this way now. That's about right. No, a little more. Wow, this is very difficult to keep track of where we're going. I mean, that's very much the way deserts work, but I've never had to imagine what it would be like to not only navigate a desert without the proper tools, but also do it with absolutely no point of reference in that you're simply looking down, right? Like, at least if you have the world around you, you might be able to use another dune as sort of like a marker or something. Well, I guess we have these guys for that. But I'm not really sure how to use those particularly effectively, and now we're simply wandering in the desert alone, and that's just sad because it means we're almost certainly going to die. I guess you could also say that there's a lot of difficulty in seeing where we're going due to the fact there seems to be an unending sandstorm too, which was mentioned. What is this all about? It's a barbecue pit? We make some kind of animal on here? Can we eat? I've gotten no cues that say my character gets hungry or cold or tired, but I would assume, you know, being in the desert alone, that is a thing that would generally crop up. Where on earth are we going? Again, it looks like I'm just going in arbitrary directions, it's because I'm trying to influence the direction the compass is pointing in. But it seems to be rather difficult to get that to happen. You can see if I head in one direction here, it's going to start to sway in the wrong direction just because the camera keeps turning against my will. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going the wrong way now. What if I just do like that? And like that. Yeah, so we got to go in actual circles to stay on the marker. No. I'm not even looking at the game anymore, I'm just looking at the compass and trying to influence it, and I can't even do that. I wonder if this is the type of thing that some people would play it and they'll turn it on and it'll just immediately click like, oh, I've got to do this. If you're one of those people, I'm interested in hearing from you in the comments, because I'm certainly not one of those people, but I am interested enough and engaged enough to wonder and attempt this several times. I would like to know a little bit more about the game and try and maybe accomplish some of the goals. And then there's also the element of, like, you never know what you're going to run into as you're wandering around aimlessly here. There could be events that I've never seen before, and there, well, definitely are. In fact, there's a shadow fox I've learned recently, and I would love to discover a shadow fox. It sounds like a good time. Honestly, I would like to discover that little diamond thing that I found before that triggered an event. And what was cool about that, and I don't mean to spoil things, but I think I will spoil just this one thing. What happened is essentially you would see this diamond just sitting kind of glistening in the sand, and then you went to touch it, and then 2 more diamonds would appear on opposite sides of it. And then you'd go to touch those, and 2 more diamonds would appear, so on and so forth indefinitely, which led you deeper into the desert further away. And I thought that's like a really interesting way to kind of influence the idea of, like, you losing your mind and, like, aimlessly wandering in the desert for no reason. Alright, what's going on here? It gave me a back prompt. Did it? Oh, is it just telling me, like, you're dead? Like, you're never gonna find the world again, so you may as well give up? I wonder if that's what that was. It may have been. There was also another letter there, which I really should have probably looked at before I had hit that button. Yeah. Alright, so it looks like that is what happened. And it doesn't seem to save the progress either, so, like, each time you play, you're gonna have to try again. I wonder if the elements that I run into are sort of randomly generated or randomly placed. Kind of hope that they are, actually. Certainly lends to a bit more replay value in this. Not that I don't think there could be as is, because, well, obviously it's going to take you a few attempts just to understand what's going on, and then to collect all the letters is a whole other thing. But let's go in... Wait, camel, there we go. Let's go in a direction, like the opposite of that direction. Can we... Camel doesn't want to go left. How do I... Oh, maybe we've got to do like this. Yeah, the camel just won't go in any direction that makes the cart not move, which is reasonable of a camel. But it makes it very difficult to steer. In fact, it makes it nearly impossible, but I guess we cover so much more ground this way. So also, the other question I have is, what is the meter at the bottom? I mean, we obviously know the sun is the one at the top, but is this... like progress towards a marker, or progress towards an event, or... I don't know. Should probably pay more attention to that. Maybe it's very useful. Let's hope that my camel doesn't completely wander off into nowhere again. Nope, camel is right there. I wonder if it's just like a percentage dice roll chance that your camel will just vanish. Also, there is some kind of thing over here. Let's see what this is all about. Oh. What? What? What did that do? It looked like it made the sun brighter on the top or something. Also, my compass has, like, nothing going on it right now. I don't even have it. So maybe you just start up with certain items sometimes and not other items other times. Wait, what's this? Oh, there's the compass. Okay. Cool. Pretty important. Now, I thought the first time I played this that there was an N somewhere on my compass, or did I just hallucinate that as well? I guess there's always the chance that I just was, like, misremembering things. But that would be a handy thing. Because, again, I don't really know if I can make that presumption that we're holding it correctly. Man, the sun is really shooting by. So let's watch the bottom marker, and we'll play until we see what happens with that, if that actually resolves somehow. The snake with the wings was wiggling there, too, which I wonder about again. Alright, camel's gone. Look for footprints, do a quick search around the perimeter. Tends to be how I start each day. Check for any kind of disturbance in the sand. I'm not seeing it. That's a little worrisome. My first run, I basically went straight to the camel every single time without having any idea where it would be. Had sort of like a camel sixth sense. No. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, you're gonna be over here. Right? No. You're not here at all. Oh, we found another letter, though. Anna, save me. Your light burns too brightly. I don't know what that means. This is another reference to the sand turning into a mirror. I love how minimal the graphics are, too. It's just the right amount that feels sort of cryptic, but also has enough character to it that it, you know, holds your interest, and it feels like there's actually details that are affected by things. And the fact that there's, you know, actual wind blowing that moves these bits around. Your character actually seems to feel like, you know, part of the world. Oh, there's the camel. How did you get all the way over here, man? You're too far away. We gotta stick together. Why can't we just tie you up? I'll see if I can find my way back even, just following my footprints as they quickly erode. Pretty sure we're in the right direction. There we go. Snake thing is going nuts at the top. It's like my Necronomicon sense. So I spent almost the entire day there just... basically just looking for the camel. Didn't make a whole lot of progress. We are moving again, though, and I see that the dot at the bottom is actually moving along as well. Watching out for any kind of stuff in the desert. It's a very different type of game. I haven't really seen much that attempts something like this. It's kind of also especially interesting that it seems like we're not getting invested in the whole survival element as much as just the exploration. I think it kind of frees you up to have a lot more interesting exposition, to not have to just be worried about dying constantly. Oh, what are you? Oh. I guess, so like, each day do we not have some of our tools sometimes? Or like, they get taken away for some reason? Because we didn't have our sun counter, I guess, and then when I picked that up, there it was. So I guess we're to believe that, like, at night, crazy stuff happens and we, like, get all our stuff blown away. Or there's a chance to get our stuff blown away. Camel. Got me worried again. We don't have time for all this dawdling and dilly-dallying. Oh, there's multiple cooking pits here. Too bad I found nothing to eat on them. Alright, what is this? I wake suddenly in the middle of the night. It must have been a nightmare, but I was sure I could feel hands. So many hands crawling over my face and body. That's terrifying. What if this snake has something to do with, like, the way the camera moves or something like that? Maybe it's... well, all I can think is that, like, the snake is the flying eye over you or something like that. I feel like I'm getting a bit out of touch with reality here. I think we're gonna lose the camel again. Oh, there it is. Just when I thought all hope was lost. Now, can we make it back? I'm gonna assume that I stayed to the perimeter as I'd hoped. And if that's the case, we should find our cart somewhere right around here. Camera's moving pretty aggressively, though, so I don't know. I may have overshot it now. Oh, I found this letter before, though. Just making sure it was the same one. I think that means that we're to go up and this way. So disorienting, my goodness. What was that? I heard a weird sound. Maybe it was just the camel. Can I ride the camel? No, just kind of tether him up and that's about it. Maybe time passes faster when you're on the cart. Did seem to pass pretty quickly when I was flying along on there. Are we going anywhere useful at all? I am not feeling like we are. Nothing. We're lost. We're lost again. Wait, another barbecue pit? Did I see that before? One by itself I didn't see. I saw two next to each other. Single tree as a guide, but wait a minute. This is right where I found the camel, isn't it? Which I thought it was directly below us that we had put the cart. But I would have seen it if it was right there, unless I just walked directly past it and it was like just out of my frame of view. I mean, everything is super hazy, as well as the edges of the screen kind of warp and bend, so it makes things very easy to miss. What are you? Is this the snake charm? I think that's the snake. Yeah, there it is. Alright, we got the wiggler. What are you gonna do to help us here? If it gets stronger, does that mean we're getting closer to the cart? No. Oh, I keep finding these triangles. I don't even know if they're the same ones anymore. Now we spent almost the whole day wandering about lost in the desert. It'd be kind of interesting if they added like little thought bubbles that the character was having every so often, just to kind of put you in the mood of what the character's thinking about, or, you know, how tense things feel for them. Nothing around here, huh? No. I think we're about to give up again. Interesting, too, that there's no fail state as much as there's just a, like, well, you screwed up, time to, like, give up, start over. I must be so close, but the storm has not given me so much as a glimpse of the mountain for days now. Oh, that's gotta be so frustrating. You're so lost, and in the middle of a storm, and hot and tired, and might lose your camel at any point. Yeah, so we don't have the progress meter on the bottom telling us what's up with that. Guess we'll never figure out what that means. I was hoping that it means it's like how far away we are from our next checkpoint or next goal, whatever that might be. And now I'm just walking. Really isn't going to end well for us. The card is just long gone. Presume when I wake up in the morning it's going to be the end again. I mean, at least if we can discover another letter or another weird thing in the sand, I'll be, you know, a little more content with that. I've given up trying to watch the compass at this point, by the way. I'm just wandering for the sake of wandering, just to discover anything that I might discover. I think there's nothing wrong with playing it that way as well. I mean, as much as I am focused on wanting to complete objectives, or the objective, there's also, you know, just the whole walkabout mentality, which I'm super into. Alright, that cartwheel makes me wonder if that was where I started. Is that possible that I've wandered all the way back to the beginning of the game? That would be hilarious if I did that. Chances are that there's just multiple cartwheels. Are we gonna end the day soon? Couldn't see before. I certainly can't see when it becomes night. Come on. Give me something to work with here. Little tree stump. Seedling dead tree bit. Come on now. Guess we're not going to get much else today, huh? And we're overtaken by the wind again. As it becomes night. Bye-bye, camel. Really must suck getting pulled along for a trip you don't even want to go on into the desert. Poor camel. Oh, it still lets me walk for a second, even though I can't see my character at all. Alright, so yeah, there's the back button telling me that I could give up, or I could press on. The storm has mostly subsided, but I am now more lost than ever. My camel is gone, my cart is gone, all my supplies are gone. Even Mount Distant is nowhere on the horizon. Yeah, that's the ultimate failure state, isn't it? What is this place? What is what place? Am I gonna discover something by accident? I've even lost all my sticks. I don't have anything at all. Every bit of my supplies are gone. Why is it becoming dark? I don't know what's going on here. I love that each day passes, like, it gives you another marker. It's like, alright, here, let's check in on your situation. How close to being completely lost and dead are you now? And little by little, you kind of, like, erode away your sanity a little bit and your feelings that you're making any progress. Alright, the day passed way too quickly. Is that just... Oh, that's just failure state. Alright, so I guess there is actually one. I just didn't know how to get to it. So that has been Sandstorm. I think you'll probably be a lot more successful than I was at that. But let's see... Collect 10 letters to unlock. I've got to be close to unlocking whatever that is. How many letters do I have now? Secrets and 5. Oh, that was only 5. And it actually lets you review them in order. So if you want to read back through the story, I guess it'll probably kind of link up together to make something more substantial again. Alright, well, it's a very interesting premise for a game. I certainly appreciate it. I think I'm pretty bad at it, but I don't think I need to tell you that. I would be kind of into the idea of trying a little bit harder at this another time, maybe for a stream or something, but I've been saying that for like all these videos. I don't know when I'm going to stream every single game that I've covered here lately. But still, you know, very favorable impressions of Sandstorm. I really like the art style to it. I think it's very thematically coherent and consistent. I think the general premise of the game is a good idea, and I like the fact that it's kind of just open to interpretation. It doesn't really beat you over the head with instructions or anything. You just kind of freeform explore and do with what you find what you will. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. I think it's a pretty cool game. I believe the purchase is on itch.io. We'll have a link, of course, in the description if you'd like to grab this one yourself. Let me know what you think about it, of course, and if you had any particularly successful runs, and if you'd like to put like a spoiler tag, if there's anything particularly interesting that you'd want to reveal without people getting spoilered, please feel free to do that in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions just about the game in general, though. What do you think about this concept? Do you think it's frustrating? Do you think it's, you know, does it appeal to your survivalist sense, or, you know, anything like that, honestly? Let me know. And, of course, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like on it. I'll be back again tomorrow for another episode of Indie Impressions, as always. So I look forward to bringing you that then. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you later. Have a great night, everybody.